I started out at the university, the other UW, the University of Wisconsin, Madison, and started taking art classes, thinking I would be a kindergarten teacher, going into education. I think I had a really good attitude. Like, I was very curious. I was passionate, I knew myself enough to know what I really loved to do. And some of the older professors didn't care for my installations and things like that because their response was, how do you sell it? And I was like, well, I'm not so concerned about selling. I'm more interested in kind of seeing what happens if I did this. You can't force it. You have to feel it in the arts. I think you have to really want to work in a realm that's very kind of ambiguous and abstract, in a sense. You're not really quite sure what skills you're learning, even though you're learning them. The photo media department has 3 faculties, so it's got a smaller amount of faculty than a lot of the other studio art areas. But I think we cover a really diverse range of approaches to the medium. And I think we've always, from the very beginning, had a very conceptual approach and a very unlimited approach. Because my approach was very mixed media. It was kind of sculptural and it was kind of drawing, but it was also kind of photo. So using that kind of mixed media, again, was a very expansive and broad view of what photo media could be. Sometimes people apply to the program that want to learn a more commercial approach, like they want to go out and be professional photographers, and I don't think that we teach that as much as a more kind of conceptual base, a more sort of broad-ranging base, and someone who can think across disciplines, someone who can, approach it from a more philosophical, perhaps, approach, critical thinking approach, to be used in any different area that you want. So it's less of it's really not a commercial program. Every person that leaves the photo media degree has a wealth of experience in individual research, or is a sort of range of things that all address a particular idea that they're researching. You can't force it. You have to feel it in the arts. I think you have to really want to work in a realm that's very kind of ambiguous and abstract, in a sense. You're not really quite sure what skills you're learning, even though you're learning them. I think the photo media department in the Division of Art at the School of Art History and Design will continue their reputation for approaching the medium in a very broad, open-minded way. So it changes, culture is changing, the way people make art is changing, and the program will continue to change with that. If I can put my brain back and think about while I was a young artist in graduate school, the hardest part might have been just trusting myself.